Hey, this is Kirk Hilliard.
It's Rusty Bird. It's the Kirk and Byrd Show, and we've got with us today Coach Brandon Williams, head coach of the Green Run football team. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Appreciate you guys. Glad to be on again.
Great to have you back, Coach.
So, Coach, we're going to get into a little bit of talking about last year, or actually the last 2 years, because they were extremely successful. Then we'll talk about kind of what your team is made up of, some of your key players. But Kirk, you want to tell folks where they can find us?
Yeah, please subscribe to us on YouTube. It takes just a second, means a lot to us. Follow us on Twitter at the Kirk and Byrd. And then if you ever want to listen to us, just Google us. We're on all the platforms for audio, just the audio. So help us out. We'd love to have that. You folks down to 757. We're 757 guys. Coach Williams, Green Run beat us 72-0 in 1984. So we were back in the day with Matt Darby and all those things.
Phoebus was not good back in the day.
We were terrible back then. But yeah, in 757, we've got coaches on. We've got a lot of 757 coaches on. Before we talk about this season, which is very exciting, your team. Let's talk about last year, which was kind of a repeat of the year before, where you came up against a very good Maury team that is very good again this year. Coach, just spend a couple minutes and tell us about the 2022 Green Run Stallions.
Like you said, it was a very successful season. I'll never deny that. Around here at Green Run High School, we take pride in making good, successful seasons around here, and last year was definitely a successful season. It was led by Kevin White Jr., who is now in North Carolina A&T. He was having a great camp and looked to open some eyes down there. Also, last year we were just we were locked in through 14 games, and just so happened we ran into a great Maury team that. We hit the injury bug that day, but I'm never gonna make excuses about injury. Play the game of football, everybody goes through injuries, but things happen, and it didn't happen in our favor.
Right.
But 13-1, and you guys only lost by 7 to make it to the states. Is that the most successful season in Green Run history?
Yeah. To this day. That is the most successful season in Green history. The past 2 years, we made these long playoff runs in school history. 2 years before that, like the 21 season, that was the first year that Green Run football has ever brought a regional championship home. So.
Okay, wow. Okay, so you're doing work. You are doing work. That's good stuff. So I know your goals for this year. So that's a little bit about last year. What are some of the things you're hoping to attain in 2023?
Just to get better each and every week. Not to look forward to an opponent that's later on down the line. We just got to focus on the first one.
You've got a great team returning, and it could be better than last year's. And obviously goals are made, but you want to take things week to week and get better across all phases of the game. But, kids can start to look forward. A lot of folks can start to look forward to that state semifinal, and that's a long way away. But tell us about that challenge and your job to make sure that does not happen, where you're looking forward to that Maury matchup, which would be down there to go to UVA to the state championship.
Well, like you said, our focus is just go 1-0 each and every week. Keep the kids motivated each and every week, no matter who the opponent is or who we got to face the upcoming week. I always tell our kids all the time, we are our toughest opponent ourselves. Whether that sounds conceited or whatnot, but that's how we have to coach around here, because we are a very, very talented football team, and we step on the field sometimes, and you just can have that feeling that we are the most talented team on the field. So we have to find ways to motivate our kids to stay locked in, to execute, and to get better each and every week, and to go 1-0 each and every week.
Coach, we're going to talk a little bit about that talent in a second, but I want to ask you, I've never, on the high school level, I haven't had your success, but I've coached a lot of middle school, youth football, and won a few championships. And the times I've won championships, we've been undefeated. Not that I ever want to lose, especially on purpose, but I've had times where I could see value in a loss. And it depends on the time of the season. If it gave me an opportunity to refocus the team, show them some things. Because is it hard to keep a team focused that hasn't lost but 2 games in a couple of years? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I don't want to lose, but do you see any value if you were to lose a game?
Like you said, we only lost 2 games in the last 2 seasons. Man. With high school kids these days, that's a tough act to follow. You just like I said in the previous statement, we just got to find creative ways to keep these kids motivated and locked in and hungry to get to that next point, because like we're right at the doorstep, and you can't get closer to a state championship game, and we know what it feels like. So it's something we're not doing right to get there. So we got to change some things around here, and that starts with me.
And I like how you are taking one game at a time, but that also, if you're taking just one game at a time, even in victories and even in some of your blowout, you can find stuff. You can believe me, you can find something that you can work on and get better.
We have a saying around here. We never have a party film session.
Okay.
Let's put it this way: we going to film. We're not gonna go over the play where you score a 60-yard touchdown. We're gonna go over the plays where we missed the block.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
That's the type of stuff. That's how you get better.
Tell us about your team, Coach. I was able to watch some film on it, and your team looked really good. I was really impressed with the skill players.
Slow. One of the things I've kind of been following, because I've watched several scrimmages this over the last couple of weeks. Let me ask you, when you all scrimmage, do you try to go very, very vanilla? And not work on what is normally your system, and maybe not even like if you're going to throw a bunch of 9s during the year, but don't throw any in the preseason. Is that your philosophy, or do you try to run your stuff? Because I've seen where teams have they just try to go very basic, very vanilla. And then they get to that first game and they really didn't get a chance to execute the way they probably should in the beginning. Then they maybe the second half they get it going.
Well, around here we often running in April. We were running in September, October, November, December. We installed that way back in April.
Okay,
so that's no problem for us. We stay ahead of the game around here, and that actually helps us, going to the season. Because, like you said, as you can tell, we that first drive. I mean, we got defensively. They drove the ball on the field, downfield on the first drive. We came back offensively, drove downfield on them, but we kept on driving. That's the difference right there.
Right.
In tune and ready to go on first game of the season.
Yeah. Coach, we're going to ask you a little bit later about your definition of a successful season. We've been asking all the coaches that, and that should be an interesting answer from you. But, before we get into that, you've got a great team. You got a lot of weapons. You got a lot of kids going to Division I schools. But what do you all need to work on to see yourself succeeding, down the road? Because, I'm sure you already have some film.
Just the small detail things, man. No championship team has won a championship without paying attention to the small details. I'm a real Nick Saban fan. Nick Saban, Dallas Sweeney, all them guys, man, that run national championship on the next level. They really pay attention to the small detail things, the little things like how you dress going to a game, how you dress coming into the locker room, little things that can cost you down the line that you don't think about, but things, little discipline things that can change the outcome of a game. That's the difference right there.
Yep.
Saying that, Coach, that just brings me to one of those. Like I when I've coached the last couple of years, I still feel like kind of that old school mentality. Like we grew up, it was a little, you had different way a lot of people coach. Do you find that you're coaching like the way you were coached, or have you found a good medium mix between how you have to deal with kids today? And I'm not just talking about being politically correct, but like, are kids today receptive to, or maybe your style is, Tony Dungy
Man,
style.
let me go ahead and clear that record straight. It's not possible to coach how we were coached back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right now. But at the end of the day, I have, I always tell, especially young and upcoming coaches, I try to be the coach that I wanted to play for, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
A hard-nosed guy that I knew that loved me, that cared about me and wanted the best, bring the best out of me. That's what I bring. That's how I coach these days. I'm not out there, pulling face masks like that, like back in the day.
Yeah.
Hitting somebody up against the head of me. And sometimes I might want to come in here, but
yeah.
in 2023, we can't do that anymore.
That's good. That's good.
But as far as your question, as old school or the new school, I find myself in the middle of that because I'm also a player coach. At the end of the day, they come to the locker room and joke and play, not play, but joke around me, feel comfortable around me. But we on that field in between the white lines, that all goes away. So
yeah.
One of the things that we've talked about, and we had a great talk with a coach the other night that used to coach John Champ. That episode is going to be coming out. Is that the kids are the recruiting is so public. Every piece of mail they get, they typically, if they get a game invite, all their offers, it's on all these different services and things, and it becomes a big deal. And the coach said, getting recruited may be a bigger deal than actually going and playing for the college. How do you manage that? Because Coach, you've got like 5 or 6 kids that are D1 this year, and your tackle, Mr. Big Teasy, he's going to be a national recruit. How is that managing that with these kids?
You see this gray hair? I'm just joking. But no, man, all them kids deserve it. They're great football players. They're great kids at the end of the day. They do everything the right way in and out of the classroom. But it's a blessing. It's a testament to our program, not only to me, but my coaching staff, the administration here at Green Run. We all are one. And when we put this plan together, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we actually envisioned this. We envisioned these kids, going off to schools and big time schools and having a big time recruiting class with multiple kids signing, NILs to play at the next level. But I actually, I take pride in getting kids to the next level. Especially when they succeed at the next level. I just got word today that one of our former players, Tayon Holloway, he'll be starting for Carolina this weekend.
Oh,
yeah,
so
nice.
That says a lot for for our program. As a redshirt freshman, you're starting.
No doubt.
But these kids, they do the right things, and it's their dream. Ever since they stepped foot here at Green High School, they always been talking about getting to the next level. But the thing is, they just got to stay focused and stay humble. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like it's social media, social media can go left field and you just lose everything in the click of a button. So I just tell them to stay humble and then be thankful each and every day.
But just tell us about some of the players, on each side of the ball. And then I would like to know a little bit about your special teams and how did they perform and how did you think they're going to do this year?
Special teams wise, we like to put our best athletes on the field. Like our guys put not here. We want to put the best 11 on our field. I don't care if you're a starter or you think you need a playoff. No, we don't play that here. So we play our best on the special teams, which we are very good on our kickoff coverage. I like to call it B-ball. It's short for bingo ball. You know,
Okay, man, I'm feeling you. Yeah. My
call
brother
it,
played at Tech, man, and that special teams was nasty. Yeah.
exactly. I grew up in that area, so you know, just watching them on Thursday nights blocking punts and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's nothing like it. So you know, I like to implement that into our program. So, and you know, granted, my name is Brandon, so I call it B-ball. There you go.
I like that.
And we talked about it. Everybody's excited about Keelan Adams, the cornerback that's coming. Give us a quick, for Hokie Nation, a quick a blurb on those two players.
First of all, Keelan is a wide receiver. That's where he's playing wide receiver.
That's right.
Number one ranked receiver in the state of Virginia right now. He will break some state records this upcoming year. I don't know how far he is off of them, but he's very close. He'll break the receiving record, receiving yards record, and receptions record this year. But with him, you're talking about a great kid that every coach would love to coach, man. He does everything the right way, yes sir, no sir. And you know, everybody in the school, the administration, teachers, they love him to death. You know, you think a kid like that has all these accolades and a big time recruit or whatnot, you think he, stuck up and think he can't nobody tell him. But no, he's the type of coachable kid that wants to get better, wants to see his team, succeed, and he puts his team first before him, and that's his vibe. With him.
Coach, who was your primary recruiter from Virginia Tech?
Fontel Miles.
That's what I thought. How about UVA?
UVA, they switched their art area after the spring, so I think they got a new one coming in.
Yeah, Higgins. Was it Higgins who left for Penn State?
Yeah, Higgins left.
He was a good one. That's a great guy. He's gonna do well.
Yeah, he's the main one this year. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And Coach, so I don't know if I've asked you this before, but I know we did a profile on you before, but what when you played football, what position did you play? And then in your coaching history, what side of the ball have you coached? And are you a coordinator on this team here? Or do you
I played corner in my day back in my day at North State.
That's right.
I was telling Kirk, one of his good friends. I played with Dustin Johnson, a Phoebus grad.
Oh yeah.
I played corner, and then after I left North State in 2010, I came straight here to Grand Run, and I've been here ever since. I started my career as a secondary coach under Sean Wilson. After Sean resigned, I stayed on with Jeff McGowan. I tell everybody they're my mentors in this coaching game. Sean Berkeley and Jeff McGowan raised me. Like I said, I started under Sean, and Jeff McGowan, he kept me going. And after Jeff had called it quits, I actually took not a year off. I took a step back. I was still a part of it as a staff. I took a step back, and then the next year, that's when I took over as the head coach, and here I am now. As far as coordinators, I have two great coordinators, and Terrell Payton and Terrell Whitehead. Terrell's another teammate of mine in North State. We played with us, me and Dustin.
Okay.
Yeah. He played in the NFL he had a little NFL stint. He was a Black College All-American. He's great. My assistant head coach, but defensively. And Q Trail, man, I know Q for a long time. And then the weirdest sounds, he played at HU. So we got two spawns in a pair.
Calling
this house here at Green Run. So.
Okay.
That's a lot of fun with us three, man. We call ourselves the Big Three, but I have a great coach staff here. But with them two, they
that's good.
Program flourish with their play calling abilities, which makes my job easier. People don't realize how much work a head coach has to do, man. I tip my cap to them guys that actually does, coordinate their offensive defense, because I look around sometimes, I'm like, yo, how could I get that done? I do run my special teams, but
okay, yeah. Beamer used to head the special teams at Tech. Yep.
That's where I get it. That's where I get it from. So we're pretty much running our program like that, like early 2000 Tech team.
Yeah. Well, Kirk, you got anything else?
No, I was just going to say that we did a profile on Coach Williams, and I know Keelan's a wide receiver. I'm doing production in the background, by the way. This is not a high, this is just a 2-man show. So I'm talking, I'm getting all these players' positions and names, and I was trying to find your episode number and I can't find it. But if you look, about a year ago, we did an episode with a really good background on Coach Williams. And we also had Coach Cherry on from Kempsville, and we've had Doree McCain on, a bunch of coaches down there. That's all I wanted to put in. And then I was just going to say, for a Green Run team that's been to the state semifinals 2 years in a row, what's going to make this year successful? And I realize that you want to get better and you want to do things the right way. But is winning the state championship a goal of yours and the team's?
No question at all. That is a goal. I think it's a tall goal to have, but it's everybody's goal, to be honest with you. Start this thing, but this is actually what's the word looking for? And that's what we're here. Our basketball team won a state championship, and there's been, we want to put our picture on that wall along with our basketball team. So it's only been 4 state champions. We have 1 baseball, 1 basketball, and 2 track, which were actually coached by Cadillac Harris, who was a former football coach here. So we want to be that next one, the next state champion here at Green Run High School, which is, a bunch of great athletes that came through Green Run here. Like I said, Coach Cadillac did a great job when he was here. Glasgow Burrs, all them guys, we just want to make the alumni happy that's been through this program and been so close and very athletic, very athletic teams that just didn't get it done. But we want to set out and make sure we make this community proud and bring one back to the Green Run community.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, good luck this year, Coach. It's funny. We've had other coaches and teams up here, and it's like, so I looked at it. You are the thorn in Kempsville side because you beat them. There are only 2 losses. Then I looked at Cox. You beat Cox, but Kempsville beat Cox twice last year and got them out of the playoffs. So we have a lot of that up here. But that just shows you how much talent we have and how great the coaching is all over the state.
Appreciate you guys. That's very kind of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. And look, I'm not gonna pick against you. I picked you all to win. We do a weekly now. We pick like 10 to 12 games. Last year I picked Kempsville when y'all played them, but
I picked Green Run.
I picked Kempsville because I like running games. All right. And I'm thinking at the end of the year, you don't know how the weather's gonna be in the playoffs, So when y'all played them, was the weather kind of suspect?
It was actually it was a crazy day because we had all 3 seasons in one day. Literally, that morning I woke up, it was a rainstorm.
Yeah.
The evening it was 80 degrees outside, and then we got the pregame. It was foggy, and the temperature started dropping. So pretty much that one. I remember that regional final day last year, and we had all 4 seasons that one day.
Okay, that's and so I'm usually thinking, you never know how the weather's gonna be, but no. Anyway, hey, I love both programs. Enjoyed having both of you all on. For those that want to see more of Coach Williams, he's actually episode 21.
There you go.
Right. From last year, episode 21. But thanks again, Coach. Hopefully we can have you back on later on in the year. It's maybe going into the playoffs or as you prepare for the state finals. Right. I really appreciate you coming on the show. You've been always gracious with your time, and I know this is a busy time of the year for you. So you all get out there, support Green Run, support the things that Coach Williams is doing, and also don't forget to subscribe to Kirk and Byrd.
Yes, indeed. You guys do a great job, man. I want to commend you guys.
We're having a ball doing it. It's a lot of fun. Thursday night games up here, so Thursday, Friday, that's gonna be fun. So yeah. But
look, for Coach Brandon Williams and my coach Killian, this has been the Kirk and Byrd Show. We are out.